What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Two Knicks Chicks. I'm your girl, Lady, and the chef, joined by my co-host this evening.
D Blocks 21. What's up?
Uh, we're now going into the Knicks game 3 against Philadelphia. The Knicks are heading to Philly. Well, they're actually there now. So guys should be warming up on the court and getting ready for game time. The Knicks beat Philly the first two games. The last game the Knicks played, the Knicks won 101 to 104. This is on Monday. This is a very close game considering the Knicks' first two games started off with a slow start, but had a intense yet memorable ending to the game. Um, but the Knicks nonetheless were able to get the first two wins. Recapping that last game really quickly, Josh Hart finished with 21 points, 15 rebounds. OG Ananobi finished with 10 points. Isaiah Hartenstein had a great third quarter, finished with 14 points, 8 rebounds. Jalen Brunson still struggling from shooting, finished with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Dante DiVincenzo came through in a clutch. After that, honorable rebound from Isaiah Hartenstein, and he finished with 19 points. And Deuce finished with 9 points. Bojan has 6 points. Now, for this game, Embiid did the post game interview, head down the entire time. Um, and he simply stated very boldly, in fact, he said that the 76ers will win this series and that they're the better team over the Knicks. So he's basically saying that they're basically going to dominate and take this game tonight. Um, I'm not really sure. Here's the thing. I feel like that can happen. I feel like Philly is bound to get at least one of the next two games. Is there any concern for you that the Knicks could flop and lose focus and momentum and maybe Philly takes the next two? I'm not worried about the Philly taking the next two, but I do think that Philly could take one of the next two in Philly. However, I really would like the Knicks to take this next one to get that upper hand as far as the series. But does that concern you with, again, we talked about how Philly feels the pressure because they're supposed to be up 2-0 versus the New York Knicks. So does that concern you, or is there any concern there that Philly comes out and all of a sudden it looks like the Knicks didn't even win the first two games? You know what I mean? Like maybe the Knicks look sluggish, they're not off to a quick start, which by the way, Tom Thibodeau did a recent interview and he was asked, what is it going to take for the Knicks to win this next game, game 3? He said, we got to have better passing. He said, and we need to come out playing faster. Two of the things that I already spoke about. I think that's one of the main things the Knicks really have to be. And he said, in rebound, the ball better. The Knicks have to have a quicker start. But does that concern you with, we know Philly's coming in with a uh, really deep focus in this game. They're going to look to run on the Knicks. They're going to be aggressive. And who knows how the officiating is going to be, you know? So is there any concern that the Knicks can possibly start off too slow and Philly goes up by 20, 25? Not that the Knicks are not capable of crawling back because they can, but why allow yourselves to get in that predicament? But is there any lie of concern on your end?
Really, I mean, Joe B said, I guess, what a superstar is supposed to say. He's supposed to feel that they are the better team and they should be up too and so forth and X, Y, and Z. If he doesn't feel that way, then his team won't respond. So he
Right.
has to say that just again, the team following him. Um, and like I said before, but with our team, although they follow Brunson, he does have people, his players that he can rely on when he's struggling. But no concern. Brunson, like he says, he just got to play better. So
Yeah.
his thing is he knows what he needs to do. Um, and I was watching uh uh CP, and he was interviewing Stephon, and Stephon said, I'm quite sure Brunson, his dad, is watching a lot of film, and they figuring out, what he needs to do because how they putting those bigger defenders on him. So he's there's no concern if they continue to play the way they're playing. Which Josh, by the way, he's leading both teams in rebound in the last two games.
Hmm.
For I guess small forward. I guess you could be used as a guard, but if he continues to play that way, everybody's locked in, focusing. Um, I don't see just why the Knicks can't take one. If it's three or if it's four, so there's no concern, not even with Brunson. He's gonna figure it out. And and he's gonna, you know, do what he needs to do to make that contribution, for towards a team win. So concern, no. Um, I not get and then or honestly, Philly needs to be more concerned than we are because their role players and bench has made practically none. They Buddy Hills, nothing. Even Tobias Harris and
Yeah.
yeah, he had 9 rebounds, but what he had like 8 points, and he makes close to 40 million for the year. So he's this top-notch guy. He's making all this money. Where's his contribution? Even Uber, yeah, he's been assigned, to cover Brunson, but again, he's so focused on shutting him down that he's not making his offensive contribution. Yeah, you defensively you are, but so the concern really, is more on Philly because their guys need to figure it out, like how to get this W. Because it's quite frankly, the burden's lying on Maxi and MB.
Yeah.
Um, so again, the way they're playing, the Knicks, you couldn't ask for a better story ending.
Yeah, I agree. And like we've been alluding to, the Knicks have a story to tell, right? I do want to point out though, I know a lot of focus, I've been hearing a lot of chatter about Jalen Brunson's been struggling throughout this first round series so far. Um, so Jalen Brunson averaged the fourth most points in the NBA this season at 28.7 points per game. But during the first two games, he has missed 39 of 55 field goal attempts, and he's 10 for 12 from 3-point range over the first two games of the series. So he's averaging about 23 points per game, about 6, 7 assists. Can't remember how many rebounds, but I mean, I think even with him struggling, he's still finding a way to score. And I think what's being overlooked is that if he's not giving the Knicks those 23, 24 points, the Knicks would have a problem. They would have a problem. So even though there's struggle points and they have Oubre on him, and yes, you're right, Oubre's doing his job where they have his focal point is so defensively heavy on Brunson that he's not able to make a contribution offensively for Philly. But I think one thing that the Knicks have to be mindful of tonight is that all those guys that you mentioned off the bench from Philly, they may come alive tonight.
I
So
was yeah.
The Knicks have to be careful because Lowry could start shooting the threes and hitting or driving to the basket. Batum, Oubre, Buddy Hield, all those guys could start contributing. So the Knicks have to make sure they apply that pressure. I don't think I understand you was mentioning maybe the Knicks need to be situational with the double teams on Embiid. I didn't really like it per se. While I think at times it can work, and maybe if you go in for the steal when he's dribbling, 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 yes, go for the steal if you can try to knock the ball away from him. But I think Mitchell Robinson, who was actually listed as questionable, Tibbs said he is going to play. He did work out and shoot around. He was getting up shots. Apparently, his ankle was bothering him, so he was questionable, listed as questionable yesterday. Mitchell Robinson will be playing tonight. And I think they are going to need Mitchell Robinson. Even if he wasn't going to play, I would rather, I don't know. I know some people say they'd rather see Sims versus seeing Precious Sim, but either way, like Tibbs always say, it's next man up. But
Yeah.
I think as far as Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein, they're both going to have to deny Embiid the ball. You can't sit there and watch him grab the ball. I don't want to see Embiid be able to grab it wherever he wants to. Yeah, I appreciate you being all up under him, all up on him defensively. I applaud that efforts, but I think you waited too late. He was able to catch the ball or grab the ball, get the bounce pass, chest pass, and now he's able to go to work versus if you make it harder for him to get the ball. You know what I mean? I just want to see that a little bit more from both Mitch and Isaiah Hartenstein. But I think as far as other guys on the team, I think another adjustment I would like to see is I don't want to see OG on Maxi. I think it
Oh,
needs to be Devo or it needs to be Deuce McBride on Maxi because you brought up a great point. The problem is that OG's falling in the same category as Oubre. His focus is so much on Maxi, and Maxi's getting right past him every time. Hello, it's not working. Let's switch it up. That's not working, Tibbs. And when I'm not knocking OG could play defense, but he's not quick enough to keep up with a faster Tyrese Maxey. So I think there needs to be that adjustment also defensively. And the Knicks need to protect the ball when they're driving. Somehow Laurie and Embiid is able to knock the ball away every single time Josh Hart somebody drives to the basket because you're not protecting the ball. You know what I mean? But I think the other thing that I've been alluding to too is I want to see the Knicks attack the paint. Get guys in Philly in foul trouble. I don't want to see this shooting, 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 shooting. We know you guys could shoot. Drive. I was watching the Minnesota game they was playing, and I thought to myself, why can't the Knicks play like that? Why can't they drive like that? There's a different it's a difference in how they play, and I love my beloved Knicks. But y'all don't drive enough for me. Y'all love shooting that ball like you the Splash Brothers. We're not the Warriors. Cut it out and drive. It doesn't cost you anything but a foul and a trip to the free throw line. Because you got
yeah,
foul while trying. If you can't get the N1, get to the free throw line and make the free throws.
yeah,
So I want to see those adjustments defensively. I want to see the adjustments for both Mitchell Robinson and Isaiah Hartenstein on Embiid. I would rather see Dante DiVincenzo or Deuce McBride covering Maxi because they're a lot quicker to be able to keep up with him. And I want to see a quicker pace to this game. I want to see the Knicks start off quicker. It's too. I said it the last episode. You look up first quarter, the Knicks down 16-2, 22-7. What's going on? Why are you down by so many? You know
yeah.
what I mean? Because you're not
And
driving.
in both games, Embiid scored like the first 9 points in game one. Game two, Maxey just hit three back-to-back threes. Now they got to play catch up. So I agree. I mean, and especially like for tonight, due to that controversy that was, for game two, that me personally, the Knicks will need to play a damn near flawless game, come out aggressive, and put them away, because otherwise it's gonna come down to that last second call. Like in game two. Let's hope the refs don't swallow their whistle.
Hmm.
Because
Yeah.
like we know that 2-minute report when it came out, how that report came out. It says, "Oh yeah, Maxie was fouled, by Brunson, and Hart." OG should have been called for a defensive 3 second, and B fouled Hartenstein, and then Nick Nurse should have been allowed that timeout. So you know what I'm saying? So could that potentially, been a deciding factor? Maybe. So
Yeah,
now we don't want this game to come down to one of those things where it's like they giving them, oh, these are different refs. I get it. But if the whole everybody know what's the controversy about, don't you know the refs know what the controversy is all about? If we're
exactly.
privy to it, so are they. They're not.
Right.
They don't have blinders on. So the Knicks just don't want it to come down to one of those games where you know they give the 76ers one as a payback. So they
Hmm.
have to come out aggressive out the gate, not no catching up, and just put them away because they're capable of doing it. And like you, I feel that aside from Diva, I would definitely like to see Deuce on Maxi as a primary, defender on Maxi because he's quicker. And he could, be a stopper for him. Like I said, I love OG and what he does defensively, but me
Not for
personally,
Maxi.
exactly, not for Maxi. And B, tie him out. You know, if you watch the fourth quarter, I think game two, he got all his points off the free throw line. He
Yeah,
didn't score no. He was tired. He didn't score no points outside of the going to the line. And that's where he got his what he scored. I think was 6 points or something, went to the free throw line 3 times. So again, you gotta like tie him out because although he's not 100%, but he's still look at the numbers he's putting up because he's kind of imposing himself and you gotta respect that three too because he can hit it. But again, just tie him out. And the Knicks just continue to play their game. Don't get too low, don't get too high. You know, just play your game. And I think, hopefully Tibbs, figured something out as far as just trying to free up Brunson, because that's gonna be key. Um, because with the way they're switching up, now Tibbs gotta, there needs to be some help on, as on Brunson. So and these guys that they're playing great, that they're locked in. I don't think they know what's at hand. The Phillies crowd's definitely gonna be behind it because you saw that tweet that Villanova did out to
yeah,
them. So now Philly's feeling some type of way. Like, oh well, we're the whole team and they get the tweet, but it's a difference. Like they said, it's like a brotherhood. They're gonna always be. That's gonna always be their home. That's they spent they won 2 championships and they spent a number of years there. So but I get that's probably Embiid that stuff got all up in his feelings. But you know, they I think they're gonna definitely figure it out and they're capable of taking this game.
yeah. I think as far as Maxi, this is why I want to see Dante DiVincenzo or Deuce on him. The same energy that the the Phillies applying on Brunson. Brunson can't ever get the ball after the Knicks take it out. Why are y'all not doing that to Maxi? That's what
Exactly.
I want to see the Knicks doing to Maxi. Y'all, the Knicks are allowing Maxi to just walk the ball up. He's skipping the ring, ridinky dink.
Yeah.
He's bringing the ball up, taking his time, and then he's all of a sudden he switches the gear, and now he's full fledged, full speed ahead, and he's driving to the basket, or he's shooting one of those far 3 pointers. I could live with the far three, but the issue with the on the defensive end for the Knicks when it comes to Embiid and Maxi, you're allowing them to get to their spots. You're allowing them to get the ball. You're allowing them to set up. Philly's not even allowing Brunson to even catch the ball.
Yeah.
Josh is having to throw it to somebody else when after Philly scores. So why are we allowing Maxi and Embiid to even catch the ball? To even Maxi to even bring the ball up. I think of maybe I know it wasn't a ton of times, but once or twice I even saw Embiid dribbling the ball a little past the half court. I'm like, what is going on? And another thing that I noticed too that was killing me, Hartenstein is leaving him and Mitch too much space for Embiid on a 3-point line.
Embiid.
Why are you
Yes.
leaving that much space? He can hit the
And
three.
exactly. And it's like you gotta respect that. And speaking of, Philly's gonna definitely make that adjustment on Hart too. I think hey Peter, listen, we slept on him. You know, I watch I think they're gonna, you know, they're gonna definitely change up their coverage on him. They're gonna put somebody a little tighter on him. Because Hart is like the engine. He's, you know, like they call him, you know, John Starks 2.0. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
he's that engine that just he's like the bunny. Takes a licking and he keep on going. So I think Philly's gonna definitely, you know, not so much as you know, oh well, you know, he's not gonna be the focal point, but I think that they're gonna, you know, definitely try to, you know, limit his touches, just limit him just the outside shot because they won't be respecting it.
Yeah.
So they're gonna definitely try to, you know, make it somewhat, you know, difficult for him. But you know, Hard he does drive, you know, he just
But
gotta
it's not
just
enough.
and not to say he just has to. If you're gonna drive, you gotta make sure that you know and be, you know, because he was another one. He got swatted a few times between Lowry when they down low. So you just gotta,
Mhm.
just, you know, just when you're in that paint and you're gonna drive, make it count.
And don't get sloppy with it because sometimes Hart, the ball be bouncing off his knee and be going off his ankle, and he kill me when he be putting his
Yes.
hands up and he's like, "Oh, to the right." Josh, stop! It fell off of you. I'm on your team, but it was on you're sloppy. Clean it up. It
Mhm.
fell off of your knee. It fell off of your ankle. You slipped. The ball slipped out of your hands. Enough complaining. Get back on defense. Make up for it. And I
Yeah.
have to say the Knicks have done a good job not complaining. You know, like Tibbs said, we worried about the last 2 minutes of the game. What about the 46 minutes that Brunson has been getting fouled, which was a great point. I
Yep.
thought that was a great response to that, to him being asked about that, because it's
Yeah.
true. Brunson hasn't been getting any calls and he's been driving to the basket. He's getting hit upside the head, knocked on the ground. And I
Yeah.
think also we have to watch out because Embiid, I alluded to this in the last episode, he gets annoyed and frustrated and he likes to shove and push people down. He may try to hurt somebody and
Yeah.
walk away and act like, nah, he got in my face. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? He may give us a Bam Adebayo part two, or what's the other crazy nut from from the Warriors, Draymond. He may give
Oh,
you a Draymond and act like step on somebody. I told you, he the type that'll just step on somebody's stomach and walk away and act like he didn't do it,
yeah.
and just be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, he got in my face." What, sir? So that you should step on a stomach? You know what I mean? You snap somebody's
Yeah.
neck on the court, like. So I just think that the Knicks have to be careful for Philly if they want to play dirty, but they may say Philly may use that as an excuse to say, well, we were playing more aggressive. I think the also other part of that is the referees and how they're gonna blow the whistle, how the calls are gonna be called, if they're gonna let guys play. Maybe in the first half it's gonna seem like that, and in the second half they switch it up. You never know. It could be a trap game for the Knicks. But I
Ex-
for damn sure the Knicks better be on point defensively. The Knicks need to be aggressive and get Philly in foul trouble. Drive to the paint, drive in the paint, get Philly in foul trouble. Get Embiid in foul trouble. Why is Embiid damn near going to the third quarter and only have maybe two fouls? You're not doing something right. You know, so I want to see the Knicks be a lot more aggressive going to the basket. Um,
Mhm.
watch the passes that you're making, especially Bogdanovich. He hasn't really had to pass it much, but I mean, listen, he's even had to bring up the ball a few times because they're guarding Brunson. But you know what? We know that Philly's doing that. I think that's where you're going to need to see players like Mitch, Hartenstein. You're gonna need to see. I like Deuce because Deuce is not the tallest, but he's strong and he doesn't mind setting a good solid screen. Set the screen for him so he can get open. But I do want to see also try to feed the big men in this game tonight. Try to give it to Mitch. Try to give it to Hartenstein down low so we can get that easy bucket. So if we could do that, I think that'll help. But I think the pace, how the Knicks start off this game is gonna be key. You know what I mean? Like even if it is a fast pace and the Knicks are getting up the floor quickly, but if the shots aren't falling, don't settle for that. I want to see them take it to them, and the refs have no choice but to blow the whistle because they're like, you fouled them. They're driving to the basket.
Exactly.
Just it's like you said, just like the Knicks are watching film, they're watching film. They see what y'all done, so you got to switch it up this game. What y'all did the first two games and throughout the regular season, you more so what the Knicks gave Philly throughout the regular season. That's what they need to bring tonight. It was up tempo. It was a quick pace. The Knicks would, making an extra pass, playing unselfish basketball. That's what the Knicks got to get to tonight. That slow start, then Philly up 18-4, can't happen tonight because they're gonna put their foot on the Knicks' neck and they're not gonna let go. But I think crowd-wise, there are gonna be a lot of Knicks fans at that game.
Oh yeah.
I think it is gonna be heavy Philadelphia, but there's gonna be a good amount of Knicks fans there for sure.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, they travel far and wide for
right,
Nick fans.
right. Salute to Power Sugar. He said, let Embiid hit long twos. OG too big to guard Maxi. Agreed. Dante and Deuce got to guard Maxi. Yeah, exactly. Exactly what we were just saying. And I
Yep.
hope Tibbs makes that adjustment and switches it because I'm telling you, that's going to hurt them. If I see OG on him, I'm a break something in here. I'm going to throw my remote. I'm going to be really pissed. I don't want to see OG guarding Maxi. I don't want to see it. He said Maxi pushed off to get the inbound. He did. That was a
Yes,
foul right there.
exactly.
Someone said that in the chat the last episode we had. Someone said,
Yeah.
yo, I don't know if it was Nick Yak. Somebody said, yo, but Maxi pushed off, which he did. He pushed off on Brunson, flew back. Josh, that's why he came over to double team. So, the refs, it was a lot that went wrong in that game. I don't know if they was just ready to go home, but there was
I,
a
and,
lot
and,
that they missed.
and sometimes, and also the refs, they get caught up too.
Yeah.
Because I watched that last was like the minute and 37, 38 seconds.
A few
Like,
times.
yeah, did
Mhm.
you Nick Nurse, he was caught, but the ref was right there. And he was
Right.
he's a few paces, a few feet, like a few steps. Like
He was right near him.
yes. And he but he was
Even if the ref was watching, you mean to tell me you didn't see him and yet the corner of your eye when he was I did see him doing this.
what?
He was calling
Oh,
a timeout.
but also you gotta fault Lowry
Yeah,
because as a
agreed.
veteran,
You know better.
even Nurse said he should have called the timeout. And why are you taking the ball out under the basket? So Lowry did a lot of things. That game they could. Hey, thank your teammate there, Philly. Thank you for giving us that win because he messed up too big
Yeah,
time.
no, for
He
sure.
under the basket. Yeah, he got into Maxi, but Maxi was also surrounded by Brunson and Hart. So for that double team, he should have called the timeout himself as a veteran so y'all could regroup.
And if you
So
look, nobody was really coming to help Maxi.
Maxi, exact.
The Knicks was swarming. You had Dante came and snatched it away. He was fouled when he grabbed the ball, DiVincenzo. So if you look at the placement of where Philly players were, no one was really trying to go to him to try to get the ball. Everybody was standing there clapping and doing this, and he couldn't get it to anybody because the Knicks had that swarming defense on Maxi, not allowing him to avoid him taking a shot, avoid Embiid getting the ball. And when I watched it a few times, I said, damn, nobody even tried to come in and get the ball from him. They was just standing around waiting for him to make the pass. He couldn't. But if you notice where the Knicks players were, we were like swarmed in, and Dante just he pulled the OG. He went in and said, let me just get the ball. And then OG was standing. And people underestimate, but Hartenstein played a big role in that because he was able to grab that rebound. So we had a second chance to shoot that shot.
And he was surrounded by three 76ers.
But
So
Embiid is hurt. He don't have no lift, so he can't jump up and grab that rebound.
exactly.
So, and that's where Mitch and Hartenstein got to take advantage. But Embiid's
Advantage.
gonna let them rebound. He's like, listen, y'all not guarding me like that. You're not guarding him well enough. I'm sorry. The first two games, Hartenstein and Mitch played him better, I will say, in game one. He was swarming
Mhm.
him a lot better. The defense was better. That's what I'm looking for tonight. I don't want to see him able to just Maxi's feeding him the ball and he going to work. You gotta make him work to get the ball. Why are y'all just allowing him? Okay, now I'm gonna set up. No, why? I don't understand that logic. Honestly, I'm not sure why Hartenstein and more so Hartenstein, but why these guys they're doing that, And I'm curious to see how many minutes does Mitch play, being that he was questionable yesterday with the ankle. So I'm curious to see. Who knows? Mitch may
Oh
come out
yeah.
fire tonight and may give us the spark he did in game one. So we'll see. But either way, if he can't give you that much, Precious and Sims, be ready because you may get called
Okay.
up for a couple of minutes. So I don't
Yeah.
want to hear anything. Paris said Brunson is still hurting Philly because if they double and triple him, the offensive boards and open shots become available. Yeah. And you know what? I think even though Jalen Brunson's been struggling, like I said at the start of this episode, he's still providing the Knicks with 23, 24 points. If he doesn't provide those 23, 24 points, I'm concerned. Because who else is giving you those points? You don't have
Yeah.
Randall yet. So who else is going to get step in? Because OG's been very quiet too. I need him to be more aggressive. So who else is giving you those points? And then to also give Brunson the credit, Brunson's staying poised. He's not getting out of character. He's not getting frustrated. He's staying the course. You could see he's upset with himself because he know he could do better. Like you said, I saw that article where he said he knows he could do better, and we all know he can. But I agree with what Parrish is saying. It's still because he's staying composed, he's still able to find guys and kicked out the ball and give whoever the ball. And I want to see the Knicks, hopefully, they utilize this. They do it sometimes. Take advantage of Isaiah Hartenstein's passes. Cut to the basket. I don't know why we're not doing that a lot. The
Yeah.
Knicks are making it a little bit harder than themselves, game one and two. Like, come on, let's call a spade a spade. Philly, they're not that good. They have Embiid and Maxi that's carrying the bulk of the load for them because everyone else has been disappearing. Like I said earlier, don't sleep on everyone else on the team because tonight may be the night that they decide to be superstars and come out and everybody wants to hit shots. So the Knicks have to be locked in and on defensively.
Everybody gonna have on their cape tonight and get
Yeah,
real.
right. But I think that, you know, I want to see the Knicks try to take advantage of when Hartenstein gets the ball. I want to see two cutters at least go into the basket. So he has option of cutters or he can kick it back out to the perimeter and we can make the shots. When the
Mhm.
Knicks play like that, they're very successful because teams don't know, okay, well, damn, I don't know where they're gonna go with the ball. Is he gonna try to pass it to a cutter or is he gonna kick it out to the perimeter? But that standing around sometimes every so often it hurts them because you're now Philly's like, okay, well, what y'all gonna do? They ready for whatever move y'all gonna make because nobody's moving. So, you know, I just want to see the Knicks try to capitalize on really taking the ball inside, um, getting that ball movement going, and just, take the ball in. I don't want to see a ton of shots. Game one and two were very close. And I think this is why another reason why people are not putting respect on the Knicks name because they're like, yeah, y'all won that by the skin of your teeth. So again, a win is a win. We still got the W's, not discrediting that. But I want to see the Knicks play this game smarter than Philly. That basketball IQ, I want to see the bar up there today. Play an inside game and attack. Attack
Because
inside.
Like you said, Embiid is not gonna jump because he has no lift. Take
Exactly.
it to him. He's not jumping up and trying to swat it and no he that's not his game. But because he's not 100% and with that with no lift, so take it to him.
Exactly. And there's guys on our team that could do that. Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, OG. I really want to see OG come alive.
Yeah, yeah. I
If
hope
we
he
have to give
yeah.
Bogdanovich more minutes, give him more minutes. He's capable of giving you that 20 to 23 points if you need it. So I want to see a bit more aggression with these guys. I don't want to see shoot, 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 shoot. We know you could shoot. I'm speaking for all Knicks fans. We know everyone on there, y'all could shoot. We are comfortable with your shooting, but attack the paint. Attack Philly. I want to see you get them in foul trouble. That's going to help the Knicks, along with a high pace to this game. That's going to help the Knicks. Exactly.
Agreed, man. Yeah.
They
They
can't
got
afford a slow start.
they got to definitely come out the aggressor. If nothing else, because Philly gonna have their crowd, and and just again with the ref, you never know. You don't want it to come down to that one deciding call. So
Right. Yeah, I want to see Josh Hart be aggressive. And I mean aggressive, like if you can't get the ball to Brunson, take it in or take the
mhm.
shot. OG, show us something tonight.
Yeah, yeah,
He's been real quiet, OG Ananobi. Please come alive tonight. I would love to see something from OG Ananobi besides a quiet 10 points. And I'm not worried about Deuce McBride. I'm not worried about Jalen Brunson. I would like to see Dante try to drive too if he can. I feel like he's been kind of settling too much for the jumpers. Cool. We know you
yeah.
can shoot the ball. We know you can shoot the three, but we need something else. You gotta deviate and give a little something else because they already know that's what y'all could do. They know your game. So, I want to see the Knicks really try to take the ball inside and get Embiid, get Maxi, get these guys in foul trouble. Let's stop playing around and get the team in foul trouble. Salute to Eddie C. Eddie said
Yeah.
this is the most important game all year. Yeah, the Knicks could seal the deal tonight. You go
Yep.
up 3-0, it's a wrap. And actually, I'm sure you saw this. Philly, I don't remember what was the stat exactly, but when they're down, I don't know if it's Philly. I think it was
No,
Philly, and then go ahead, because I know you know what I'm
it
about
is
to say.
93% team when they're 2-0, they tend to win the series. Is that what you're referring to?
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that stat.
And there was another one with Philly in the playoffs when they go down or have an 0-2 start. They
Oh,
they haven't I don't think they've been able to like come back from that. Philly
yeah.
specifically. But the first stat,
Mhm.
yeah, yes, you're absolutely right within the NBA. So if the Knicks could take this game, I mean, people are still gonna be doubting the Knicks and be, oh, Philly gonna come back and cool. But I really need the Knicks to take this game tonight. Stop playing around and attack Philly. Get those guys in foul trouble. Start off with a quick start. Let's get a good lead. I don't want to see this back and forth game. You up by 6, maybe 9, and because the Knicks were down by 7 and 9 the last game and wound up coming back. So I'm not gonna be listen. I'm not even gonna be comfortable because I already know with the Knicks, anything is possible. We know they could crawl back, but I'm saying if the Knicks is up the whole game, I'm not getting comfortable till the game is over.
To that
Unless
buzz.
the Knicks got a nice 20, 25 point lead in the fourth quarter the whole way, cool. But otherwise than that, I'm not getting comfortable because the Knicks, we know what they do, unfortunately. We need a strong start, no playing a catch up. Yeah, exactly. The Knicks don't even get yourselves in that predicament. Just start the game off strong, please. This I don't want to see the score 22 to 6. 20 20-2. Like, what's going on? Start the game off right. And I'm gonna tell you why that happens. It's not just the slow start, it's because the Knicks are not attacking. They're playing this back and forth passing at the top of the key, and I don't see nobody driving. So you mean to tell me
Yes.
Randall? I said this like a few episodes. You mean to tell me Randall's the only one that knows how to do that on this team? Can't be. Because I've seen other guys on this current roster drive, but they don't utilize it enough, which is bizarre to me. I'm telling you, man, the Knicks. I wish we was like that team. I told you when I was watching the Timberwolves, I was like, yo, look how they drive to the basket. Look how they take it to the hole. Attacking, aggressive. That's what I'm looking for tonight. And I'm looking for both Mitch and Hartenstein to do their thing tonight. I'm happy Mitch is in the lineup. I didn't see anything about him not being in. Like I said, he's it said he was playing, so there shouldn't be any
I mean, he's going to be needed during this series. You know, he's going to definitely he makes an impact. You know, both offensively and defensively. You know, offensively, he's not. Yeah, even if he's giving us 8 points, and but defensively, and giving us those rebounds, and even offensively, just second chance points. So he's needed. Um, and like you said, he played the hell of a game on MB game one, and we're gonna need that for game three, Mitch.
yeah. Yeah, Tibbs said Mitchell Robinson went through shoot around and he'll be fine.
Good.
Um, yeah, he was on the injury report. So yeah, the Knicks are gonna need him. Mitch, tape up that ankle, you'll be okay. Bogdanovich, tape up that wrist, you'll be okay. That's all it
Okay.
is. Through
Like
coach.
they said, it's the playoffs. Who is 100%?
Right, everybody's tired. Now you got playing games added to the schedule. Everybody's tired. But listen, it's about who wants it more. And tonight is a perfect game for the Knicks to prove that they want it more. Who cares that you're on the road at Philadelphia? Who cares? That's like a second home. That's like playing in Brooklyn. But do the Knicks want it more? Is the bigger question. And I want to see the Knicks come out aggressive. So Boston thought they had that game against Miami the other day.
Yes.
And Bam was like, no, he had no fear. I don't like Bam, but I applauded the way that they played the other day. Boston was comfortable. That whole game, you could tell by their body language, we got this. Miami was fighting the whole way, reminiscence of this Knicks team, not giving up.
Butler called Tyler here and said, "Take over." That's
Right. He said, you got this, bro. Right. Right.
need somebody take over for the Knicks. But I have faith in Brunson. He's gonna
Yeah.
definitely.
He comes
It's
through no
just a
matter
little
what.
two-game slump. No, he won't go this whole series.
No,
Mm-mm.
absolutely
Because
not.
he himself will make the adjustment. Like he said, he has to do better.
Right. Yeah. I saw in his interview on CBS, Rick said he doesn't call Brunson after the games.
Oh yeah.
He said, yeah, he said sometimes he said I used to get really mad. He said, but then when I rewatched the games and watched the film, he said sometimes he said I would be valid in why I was mad, but he said then there was other times where he said I was wrong. He said, he said, but Um, when I'm on the bench, he said, no. He said, he's not my son. He's a player. He said he's one of the guys. He said, I don't look at him like, oh, that's my son. He said, no, he's and Jalen said the same thing. He said, yeah, that's my dad. But he said, when I'm playing, he's a coach. He's coach. So, but we know that Rick points things out to Brunson. If you notice when it's a timeout, he's going up to him and he's pointing to the floor, telling him and why he's on the bench, which I like that he does that.
He's a point guard. He's supposed to give him pointers because he sees things from bird's eye view that he gets to see the whole court. And
Hmm.
as a coach, that's what he's supposed to do, whether it's Brunson, his son, or any other point guard.
Yeah. Well, I hope the assistant coaches gave Tibbs the bird eye view that they see on film, so we could see some adjustments tonight. But game starts. I think it'll probably start at like 7:45 because you know it never starts exactly at 7:30. Got the Knicks winning tonight. I think this is a crucial game for the Knicks. They need to be able to win. First two games were pressure expectations. Tonight is our true measuring stick on how good we are. There's no pressure, just hostile conditions. Exactly.
Agree. Yeah,
Like well
wow, wow.
said.
Nicely put. That's so
Yeah,
true.
that's
Agree.
what I'm
Pressure's
saying.
on Phillies, not on the Knicks. It's on
Right.
to get one of these games and possibly both of them.
But I really think the Knicks need to take this one because you don't want it to go 2-1. If you can get this one, I'm telling the Knicks got this in the bag. And the Knicks, they are more than capable of beating this team. Just like we've been saying for the longest, they're capable of beating anyone in this league. And especially Philly, who only have a 1-2 punch.
And quite frankly, our depth to me is the Knicks' depth is better than Philly. You know,
Hmm.
just our bench contribution overall, what they're doing, and that's key and that's huge. You know, when your bench can come and give you that little cushion or that little spark, that
Right, right.
it matters and it counts.
Absolutely, it matters. And but at the same time, like we said earlier, I think the Knicks need to watch out for Philly's bench. You got to
Mhm.
watch out for the Ubres. You got to watch out for the Matt Kyle Lowry's. You got to watch out for Buddy Hield. You got to watch out for Batum because they may be on fire tonight. So I
Yeah,
think the
that's true.
defense has to be locked in, and that focal point has to be there, as well as the high intensive energy and putting that pressure on both Embiid and Maxi and attacking the paint. I want to see the Knicks get Philly in foul trouble, and the Knicks will be okay.
Yeah, for sure.
The Knicks will be okay. So, salute to the chat, everybody, for joining us. Those of you who are not in the chat, salute to you as well for tuning in and joining us before Game 3 tonight. Salute to King Ribby RM. Cotton Candy, salute to you. Boulevard 73 from the 718 Boys with the Z at the end. They come on every Sunday at 10 a.m. Catch them under the Blood Orange Tears channel and subscribe to their channel. Salute to you, Corey Lee, as well. Parish Jugger, salute for always joining and showing love. Dwayne, salute to you. Eddie Kofi always showing love as well. And Coach SAR 617 always joining in and showing support. We appreciate everybody. Let's go Knicks. Listen, if the Knicks take this game, I think that people need to really start putting respect on this Knicks team, right? Because Embiid said, as I alluded to very boldly at the start of this episode, he said that the 76ers will win this series. I have more faith in my Knicks. We are the more talented team. And I'm looking forward to tonight's game. And yeah, we'll be back Saturday morning to break this down. And yeah,
For sure. Let's go Knicks. You know my mantra.
exactly.
Hey, Tosh.
Salute, salute to Tosh Arcuzzo. Um, yeah. So it's game time. I hope you all have your anxiety pills or whatever you need to calm you down
We
because
need it. We got this. Knicks got this.
I'm gonna need one. So
Oh,
I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat because you know I'm like a fake assistant coach. So salute to Jay Boogie and Ebony. I heard that track. I heard it already because they Morning Brew played it. You probably didn't catch it.
yeah.
Oh, you caught it on Morning Brew when they played it?
Oh, no, I caught it on X.
Yeah, I caught it on when you sent it to me. That's why I was like, oh, I heard it. It's a really great song. So
Yeah.
salute to them both for that fire track. And let's go next, everybody. We'll see you all on Saturday morning. And yeah,